The Pet Project, brought to you by Baldwin Subaru.
Okay, well, I am in love, guys. This is Molly. She is such a sweetheart. She's just snuggled up to me. But it is hurricane season, and being prepared is extremely important, including being ready to evacuate if needed. We are joined by Milabella Vasquez, communications specialist for the Louisiana SPCA, to tell us what needs to be done to get your pets ready to go. Oh my goodness. And that is something I always stress, you know, formerly a meteorologist, I always stress that in your hurricane evacuation plan, you need to talk to your kids, make sure they know what's happening so they're not kind of taken off guard or scared when you need to evacuate or need to kind of hunker down. And then you also need to make plans for your pets.
Yeah.
Why is that so important to think about ahead of time?
So actually, during Hurricane Katrina, there was 260,000 families that had pets, and unfortunately, due to lack of planning or whatever the case may be, 104,000 of them were left behind and came to our shelter and shelters surrounding the area. When you're making evacuation plans, you want to make sure that you include your pet because they are a part of your family. I think that the main things that you need to focus on is getting a microchip for your pet. That way, if their collar breaks loose or something, you can scan it and there'll be a bigger chance of them being returned to you. And then vaccinations and having medical copies of everything.
What does that do to the shelters when, you know, Hurricane Katrina, obviously an exceptional instance, but even Hurricane Ida, which heavily affected our area in 2021, what does that do to the shelters when you'll have this massive influx of animals when you're maybe dealing with damage from the hurricane yourself?
Yeah, so for the shelters, we really want to stress making a plan with your current pet that you do have, just because we get so many animals in and they might have been somebody's pet, but they don't have a microchip, so there's nowhere we can return them to, and they'll be astray. We want to make sure that everybody has a plan for their furry friend, and if you do plan on evacuating, make sure that you stay at a pet-friendly hotel, or if you do go to a shelter that does board, LASPCA doesn't board because we're already dealing with the strays that we do have. But you want to make sure that you have your vaccination medical records because those are required to turn in.
Absolutely. I was going to ask you, what does it look like to prepare properly to bring your pet, making sure you're staying at a pet-friendly hotel and that you have all of their vaccination records and things. A lot of that stuff is online now.
Yeah.
Even the dogs have little health portals.
Yeah, it's so cute.
A lot of that stuff is online, but it's really important before you adopt that you think about how that may affect really everything in your life.
Yeah.
Now, sweet Molly here, oh, she's so snuggly, you guys. She is just an angel. If someone wants to adopt her, how can they do that?
You can go to laspca.org. She's one of two, so we have Mike and Molly. She's 2 months old. She's a black lab mix, and she does this pretty much all day. Even in the car, she was super cuddly and just super chill.
Look at that little side eye she's giving the camera. She's like, hey, y'all, come on. Call, adopt me. I'm too cute.
Please.
She is too cute. Okay, so again, though, talking about hurricane season being, you know, kind of getting into full swing, we're starting to see the tropics kind of wake up. As folks are preparing and getting ready to leave, anything else that they should be thinking about with their pets, food, leashes, that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so I say a good rule of thumb is to pack enough food for 2 weeks. So a bag of food, 2 bags of food. If you do have a cat, take, you know, an extra, something that you put your leftovers in, you could just take that and put some cat litter in it and you're fine. Sanitation products for your dog and cat, food, water, just really the essentials until you make it to where you're going safely, and make sure that they have their collar. But I do want to stress, get microchipped, please, 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 because it really increases the chances of being reunited with your pet if you do happen to lose them.
If you lose them, you know, and you stay behind, or if you're traveling and they get kind of spooked because they're not in their normal surroundings, it can help anybody, anywhere, find out where your pet is supposed to be if they're microchipped.
So important.
Do y'all do the microchipping
Yes.
at the LASPCA?
At the LASPCA, we do our community clinic for $25 a microchip. So that's pretty much your forever invisible leash, and I really, really recommend it and want to stress it that they're so important and they can really, really save your pets' lives.
Just $25, y'all, and really so important, especially as we head into hurricane season. Thank you so much, Milabella, for joining us this morning.
you.
Molly, I just want to take you home. All right, thank you.